All right, hello everybody. How's my beautiful Shibboleth family doing today? Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, Jennifer. I'm glad it's beautiful there. Is it Nacogdoches? Did I say it right? Did I get it right, Nacogdoches? Seems like I do know how to pronounce that. Nacogdoches, I like that. Sounds like you, Harley. Welcome everybody, welcome. You know why they call my hometown U Harley? Not this way anymore, but growing up it was. When you go through it, you hardly see it. Welcome everybody, welcome. Excuse the cough. Little housekeeping, excuse the cough. Sucking on cough drops in front of you, I am sorry. You want me sucking on my cough drops. Hey everybody. Welcome, welcome. Great day in Athens, awesome, good stuff. Glad that y'all are having an amazing day in the Lord. Welcome. Housekeeping. We've got a few folks on Facebook watching. We've got 30 and growing here in our Lunch and Learn. Hope y'all are enjoying the Lunch and Learn. I certainly enjoy the connection, the accountability. I'm still on that journey too. And even though I've hit maintenance, this will be a lifelong journey for me. I want to adhere closely to the lifestyle. It's practical, sustainable, and fun. I've lost more than 100 pounds on the program and come off all prescription medications. And we now have members that have lost more than 3,500,000 pounds cumulatively. And we also have our members collectively have lost more than 7 million inches. Glory to God. That's not my numbers, that's their numbers. That's them recording in their journal. Beautiful Shibboleth family. We are the household of faith. And I was reading in the morning, this morning in the Bible about how the children of Israel, they weren't living unto the Lord. They had turned to idols. And those that did not believe in the Lord and had idols were mocking the children of Israel because the children of Israel had fallen. So in other words, the believers were acting like unbelievers, the children of Israel. And the unbelievers were just unbelievers. And they began to mock the children of Israel and go, making fun of their suffering. And I believe today, that's a type and shadow of what's going on today. The children of the Most High God, that be us, the believers, as it relates to food, would y'all agree? Even though we all know that God has sowed something in our hearts, that many of us, I will be the first to admit it, we have acted and behaved like unbelievers, and the world is mocking us. Do y'all agree? Say, that's hard, Brother Travis. It's true, though. It's true. We are believers, and God loves us. And if we're dealing with the unintended consequences of being overweight, then God's trying to correct us, right? But we're still believers. And then there's the unbelieving that says in their heart there is no God. And they're mocking the church of the living God because of our self-imposed suffering. Y'all see where I'm going with that? But I got good news for you. God come along and said, I got news for you unbelievers. I won't correct you. I'll let you continue down your path to perdition. But my believing children, I'm gently correcting them, and they will rise again. How many of you hear that and receive that today? We will rise again, children of the Most High God. We will have to live with some daily discipline. The pain of daily discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs a ton. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to rise again. These old dry bones of mine, I feel the blood and the sinew coming back together. I feel the word of God over my life. And I feel there's a resurrection coming. I hope you'll join me in that belief today. Now, we won't be able just to talk a good talk. We'll have to start walking a good walk. And then God will heal our land. He'll help us get off prescription medications. He'll help us live with more joy. And the unbelievers who mock us and say there's no power in their God, they will have to bow to, or they will suffer destruction. That's word. That's word. Hey, y'all on Facebook, the comments are disappearing, but I caught that one. That was a good one. God bless you, sister. Hey, everybody, welcome. We'll get started today. Good report, praise report, praise report. Good praise report. Had one new sponsor yesterday. You know who you are. Thank you so much. We couldn't make it without you. This is a report from Sasha. Why do I praise sponsors? Because every member that signs up for our program, we have to raise additional money to do what we do for them, because we have such a low barrier to entry. It's $50 right now for a year of weight loss, wellness, and support. So we have to seek out sponsors to continue our mission. And we had a sponsor yesterday, wants to remain anonymous, I think. If not, they'll be on the website soon. I'm just looking at Sasha's report. And they donated $50 yesterday. Thank you so much. You know who you are. Yesterday, weight loss. This is what really excites me. Weight loss yesterday. Our members lost 76 pounds yesterday. How about a round of applause for our amazing members? Way to go. Bless the name of the Lord. Great job. We had our members lost 76 of these. This is how much space 1 pound of fat takes up on the body. Just a piece of this is enough to clog an artery. So our folks lost 76 of these yesterday. They recorded that in their journals. Bless the name of the Lord. We know that the more our members come to the website and journal and earn the digital reward badges, the merit badges, the more weight will be lost. We had 21 badges earned yesterday. Congratulations. I'm so proud of our folks. In today's Lunch and Learn, we want to continue coming up with meal ideas. I will remind everybody that over the last 3 or 4 Lunch and Learns, we come up with more than 70 meal ideas. And we could come up with thousands. Excuse me. We will continue to go down this path of learning meal ideas for food combinations until we cover all of the combinations. So let's begin that track today. Just to reiterate, none of these meal ideas that we come up with will matter very much if we don't follow the what. What's the first thing that comes to mind? If we don't follow the what? Meals, foods, it don't matter what you're eating if you don't filter it through a system. How do y'all refer to our system? I'm just curious. How do y'all refer to it? Everybody refers to it differently. I don't want to give new folks here some meals and them run off and not be able to apply the system. Very good, Michelle. I prefer to call it the Shibboleth Shield or daily disciplines. And they're practical, sustainable, easy, and fun. What are our daily disciplines? What are our daily disciplines? Water, that's right. We need a half a gallon to a gallon of water a day. Journal, if we bite it, and Rebecca, you're one of the few that got it in the right order. Great job. Yes, I list them almost in order of importance. Water, If you bite it, you write it, you hog it, you log it, you nibble it, you scribble it, you drink it, you ink it, journal. Food combinations, portions, and timing. Now, when we're looking at combinations, why is it important to combine foods the right way? What are we doing with that? Is that just something I made up, pulled out of thin air? It's even more important than your portions. Control insulin, yes. And out of the nutrients that we talk about, which two nutrients help control insulin? Talking about our macros. Protein and fiber. Very good, Chris. Fiber is a part of carbohydrate, but it's fiber and it has no impact on blood sugar. When we couple protein and fiber with carbohydrate, and we include fruit when we say carbohydrate, then we can control insulin as long as we go to the next discipline, portion control. What is our eating episode portion rule? Excuse me. What is our eating episode portion rule? How do we decide? Right, the two-hand rule or a portion control plate? If I eat an approved meal, but it only fits on half the plate, what is that meal? It's no longer a meal. We can then class it as a snack. Boy, y'all are on it. Great job, everyone. What is our daily portion rule? What is our rations for the day? How many episodes for optimal weight loss? 3 or less. Can we have a fourth eating episode if we're having a moment of mental weakness? Yes. Now, I want you to just stop here. How does it feel in your spirit to either be creating, let's say that you've now created the disciplines as a habit, or you're just getting started creating them as a habit? How does it feel knowing that you live by an ethos and a code unto the Lord? Doesn't that feel better in your spirit than getting up every day without a plan and eating what you want, when you want, as much as you want, instant gratification and then delayed pain? Doesn't it feel much better to get up and now you're starting to get control of one of the most important aspects of your life, how you eat and how you think about yourself and how you think about food? I think that is powerful. I don't know what I would do without God instilling these daily disciplines. I was in so much mental. I had physical pain. But I'm telling you, the physical pain that I was in did not compare to the emotional pain that I was in. If you're significantly overweight, you might get used to the emotional pain, but that regret, that guilt, it's always with you. And if we live these daily disciplines, we can be assured, I can back it up with the word. If we live cold or hot and not lukewarm, and we've got a plan and we do the right thing more than the wrong thing by the day, more days living with moderation than without, God is going to bless us and heal our land. I believe that with all my heart. Somebody's knees are feeling better. Who was that? Jennifer, good job. Good job. So let's keep now. Travis, I slipped up yesterday. Don't give up on yourself. Number one, God will not and has never given up on you. Number two, I will never give up on you. I want you to respect the process. I want you to respect the energy that we're putting into you. But I will never give up on a willing and wanting heart. We all fall down. But we all have to get up if we're believing children. So let's get up and let's get going. Yeah, I don't care how many times you fell down. I don't care if you started and stopped 100 times. Come on home. Today can be a new day. Today is the day of healing. Today is the day of salvation. So let's come up with what most of my students report as the most hard and most difficult part of their journey: food combining and meal ideas associated with those foods. I'm going to go to the website. Bear with me. Okay, I'm going to walk you through. We always have a few new people. So I'm in the website, everyone. And when I log into the website as a member, this is my menu here, but I'm going to go to dashboard. Okay, so I'm going to dashboard. I'm in the dashboard. I'm going to fast track. That's where all of our beginners start. Excuse the coughing. And then I'm going to go to video library. It's the quickest. This chart is all over the website, but the quickest place to go for me is fast track videos. And then I'm going to download the Shibboleth Advanced chart. Okay. Now we're looking at our food combining chart. And this intimidates a lot of people, but it's really easy once you get used to how it's laid out and you begin to learn how to put a few of these combinations together. The red column is the fastest combinations for the fastest weight loss. Second fastest is the yellow column, and third is the blue. Blue is slow, sustainable weight loss and maintenance. I think the blue column is the most important column after one loses their weight. Now, while you're losing weight, it's important to know how to eat your potato, how to eat your corn in such a way that you can still target and remove unwanted body fat. But we're trying very rapidly and healthfully to lose the weight and go into wellness or maintenance. So we want to spend most of our time in red and yellow, unless we're out at a restaurant or at Mama's or whatever. And, you know, we spot that potato and we need to know how to eat it because we're craving it. That's your blue column. I spend a lot of time in the blue column now because I'm in my ideal wellness range. Does everybody here know how to determine their ideal weight range? Does everybody, you know your range? You should know your range. We got to have a target. What would happen if I had a dartboard? Now think about this. If I've got a dartboard in front of me and I see the bullseye and I draw back and I throw the dart, because I'm eyeing my target, I have an opportunity to hit that target. Yes? But what if Jennifer blindfolded me and spun me around before I throw my dart? How likely is it that I hit my target? It's very unlikely that I will ever hit the bullseye. And that's the way life is. Life is pulling at you, spinning you around daily. And if you're flying blind, you're never going to hit the bullseye. We got to get up, have a plan, implement our plan, then we can be successful. We don't need to go into this blind. We need to go into this with knowledge and zeal. Did everybody here entertain their goals and their vision today? I'm not going to yell at you if you didn't. Is there anyone who's still struggling, focusing when they get up and before they go to bed, focusing on their vision and goals? Life is getting in your way and you're really struggling with that. Doing what you need to do to take care of your vision and your goals and getting focused. If you're struggling with that, It's a matter of self-love and self-care and self-worth. No one can be successful blindfolded. Let's unblindfold you and let's help you get clear while the storms of life rage on what's important, and that's Jesus and you. You can't do it all. You cannot do it all. How many of us have a task list bigger than we can get to today? Me. And if I put myself on the back burner, it's probably going to be that I end up not fit and healthy enough to get to as many tasks as I need to get to for my family and friends. I've got to engage in some level of self-care unto Jesus every single day. And part of that is having a strong why and having strong goals. And when life is spinning you around, you're not blindfolded. Your eyes is still on where you're headed. Your eyes are still on Jesus. And look, if you got a lot of challenges in life, typically I see my students do the following. You've got a lot of challenges in life, and you're trying to get to all the urgent challenges in your life, and you've put yourself on the back burner. Most of that urgency is not important. You've put yourself on the back burner to get more of that done, and you're faltering. I will submit to you today that taking care of yourself will take care of a lot of those problems that you're dealing with, that you can't get to and are trying to get to, if you will give yourself and the first fruits of your day to Jesus and self-care. By the way, stop conditioning. This is just a nugget. Stop being codependent. Does anybody know what codependent is before we get into food combinations? This has to do with behavior modification. What is codependence? Most of my students are codependent. What does that mean? Huge behavior modification point. I'm a certified wellness coach. I know how to get people to change if they want to change. What is codependency? I'm going to wait on somebody, even if it's the wrong answer. What is codependency? Just an idea. Yes, no wrong answer. Being heavily dependent on someone or something else. That's almost exactly right, but it needs to expand. It's when you are enabled in your behavior on someone else. Let me give you, y'all gonna be shocked. Missy says having to be dependent on something or someone else. Yes, but you got to finish that statement. Y'all are doing great. Watch. I'm going to use Missy's statement. It's when you are enabled in your behavior on someone else for your happiness. It doesn't mean you need other people to do anything for you. You're self-sufficient, but you're codependent in that your happiness depends on you making other people happy, and you get left behind. And you're doing it to show love and to be loved. All these service acts that you don't spend time on loving self, and you spend all this service and taking care of everybody else. And the minute that you have a bad day, you can't get to it all. Those people then aren't happy with you. Have you ever been yelled at because you didn't get to a chore? You ever been fussed at or yelled at, you didn't get something done by somebody that you're partnered with or your children? Rebecca says, I yell at myself. Codependent behavior is your fault and your responsibility, meaning that your happiness comes from you serving others in hopes that they will love you back and help make you happy. If you make them happy, they'll make you happy. It never works that way. Never. Not once, ever. You can make them happy for a little while, but you're never going to get back what you've put into it. Never. Please hear what I'm saying today. You're never going, and then what happens? You have conditioned them that you're going to serve them. They begin to take it for granted because you have conditioned them that you're going to do it and be there. You've enabled them to be lazy, probably, while you sacrifice yourself, hoping to get something back, and you ain't gonna get back what you think you're gonna get back. And then you become a little bitter, and then you don't feel happy in your own life. Think about it. If you disagree, that's okay. So my point here is you must prioritize and put a measure of self-care first, even if other people in your life temporarily go without, in that they have to go do something for their darn self. How many of you, you don't have to answer this. I got folks that are more than 30 pounds overweight, right? How many of you sat out with a mission to gain that weight? It was your desire to gain that weight. Is there anyone here that desired to gain the weight? No, you didn't set out to do that. It was not your mission. You desired to be lean and healthy and happy. But you don't have that unless you've made a lot of progress this year and are doing better. And part of that reason is because of indirect spiritual reasons. You've got to close the void and start taking care of yourself. This is a matter. This may not be a massage. I hope I'm massaging your soul. This may not be a physical massage kind of pleasure, self-care. But when you come to class, you're engaging in some me time, some self-care time. And then if you leave here and you begin to apply this information, even with people fussing it, do you know how many people are waiting on me right now to get them some stuff that I haven't had time to get them? I used to would have sacrificed myself. And I do. Most of the day, I sacrifice myself. I tell myself I have 22 hours per day, not 24. I have 22 hours a day to sleep. I don't consider that's not really self-care and enjoyment. Stay with me. But sleep, I got to sleep. It's not a voluntary thing. I got to sleep. I got to bathe. I got to do all these things, get ready for my day. And then I've got to serve people for 22 hours. But you could take sleep out of that. So say 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day, I've got to serve people. And if I want to be there to serve them out of a true heart, not expecting anything in return, I don't give everybody all of my day. 2 hours of my day, every day, I'm engaging in some form of pleasurable self-care. Walking, exercising, a movie, a massage, jiu-jitsu. I'm going to do something for me, even though people are having to wait on me. If I give them all 18 hours besides sleep, yeah, because when TMI, I'm sitting on the toilet, I'm usually talking to y'all. Don't visualize that. I'm usually answering a nutrition question. I can't even have no toilet time. I love it. I love it. And the reason I'm able to love it is because every day I look forward to my 2 hours, whether it's 2 at one time or 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Study. I enjoy reading the Bible. I enjoy personal development classes. I enjoy that stuff. It's not a chore for me. It's pleasure. Some of you need to live by that too, the 22-hour day. What can you go do to be by yourself that you enjoy doing that would be a pleasurable pursuit so that you can fill your love tank back up while people are yelling at you and waiting on you for stuff? Do y'all follow me? Am I making any sense? Training your dogs like me, walking Henzo. That's a real pleasure for me, walking and talking with Henzo. I wish you'd come potty train him. I can't get the rascal potty train. I'm trying. We take him out 15 times a day, but he just, as smart as he is, he can't figure that out. I hope I'm making sense today. Let's get into combinations so I don't weary you anymore with personal development. Are there some combinations here that you would like to tackle today? We have tackled category 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 plus MCT, 4 plus 2, 7 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2. What are some that you would like to discuss today and come up with meal ideas for? Meal replacements we have not done yet. We haven't done a lot with category 5. We haven't done a lot with several of the blues. What would y'all like to tackle today as far as meal ideas? Or do you have any questions from me during this lunch and learn? This is a great time to ask your personal questions or for you as a group to direct traffic here and decide what we're coming up with meal ideas for. Chris says 1 plus hemp hearts or hemp flakes with or without MCT. Polly, hey, Polly, grapes. For Polly, we're going to come up with a meal idea for grapes and cottage cheese, both approved. Marion, pick us out a blue one, if you will. You want to do 1 plus 2 plus 5? Let's do 1 plus 2 plus 5 today. That gives us three combinations to discuss meal ideas that control insulin and help us with fat loss. All right. So let's go to Fast Track, the beginner library. Dashboard, Fast Track, and let's start with Polly. Polly's question. Hey, Sherry. Excuse me. I'm going to go to the food library. And Polly says grapes. What category are grapes? Rhetorical question, but let's go that way. Grapes, what category? Category 5. What category is cottage cheese? Low-fat cottage cheese or fat-free cottage cheese? Category 1. What category is full-fat cottage cheese? 4. Okay, Polly, write this down. This is a perfect pairing. You can't do this with all fruit. All fruit won't work here. But you can have 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese with a 1/4 cup of grapes if you're in weight loss phase. You can have a 1/2 cup of grapes with low-fat cottage cheese or fat-free cottage cheese if you're in maintenance. Are you still trying to lose some weight, Miss Polly, or are you in maintenance? I think you're still trying to lose a few, if I remember correctly. Therefore, you could have low-fat cottage cheese or fat-free cottage cheese with a huge handful of grapes. Let me know you heard that and received that, Polly. That's a perfect pairing. Normally, that would be a 1 plus a 5, and we would not do that. We could not do that with watermelon. That's higher glycemic. But listen, everybody, write this down, advanced topic. By the way, I digress. Do not tell the silver level group this. I think we're in there now, actually, on Facebook. If you say this in the silver level group, one of our mentors will say, you can't do that, because we're trying to get everybody to learn a foundational system before they take a deeper dive. So, Polly, for you, a perfect pairing, at any time you can have low fat or fat-free cottage cheese with a handful of grapes, berries, apple slices, oranges, or grapefruit. Those work as a perfect pairing. That would be a meal episode. Now, you do not want to have toast with it too. The only way, well, let me take that back. You could, but I would bring the low-fat cottage cheese portion down below a cup. Then you could have 1 slice of double fiber toast, or they don't make that one, but any category 2 bread, if that bread is 50 calories or less. Are you with me, Polly? You could do that, 1, 2, 5, but you could also get better weight loss results with that perfect pairing, 1 and 5. Can a person have more of a veg than usual if that's the only one available, like a double of asparagus? It wouldn't matter. It would not matter as long as you control your overall portion. So I could have lean meat here on one side of the plate and then plenty of asparagus on the other side. You still want to portion control it. Polly had a half a cup of low fat, I hope it was low fat or fat free, low fat or fat free cottage cheese with 9 grapes. That would be a perfect pairing meal episode and fine for weight loss. Good job, Polly. Now, could she do that? Could she have grapes as a perfect pairing with full fat cottage cheese? Category 4 cottage cheese. Could she do that? No. Sheila, I'd have to see the container of ricotta cheese. There are different types. So I would have to see the nutritional profile. There's not many types of cottage cheese. I'd have to see the full profile of ricotta cheese. So I can't commit to that without seeing that in the We Fixed It group, because I don't want to mess you up. Okay, you would not be able to have full fat cottage cheese with a fruit as a perfect pairing. Only low fat or fat free. Other ways, Polly, for you to have grapes. If you are in maintenance, ding, 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 teaching moment. Many of you are approaching maintenance. Can I have a serving of fruit as a snack in maintenance by itself? As a snack episode. Can I have a serving of fruit once in maintenance by itself as a snack episode? That's not pureed, that's in its full fruit form. Yes, you can. Can't do that in weight loss. Why can I not eat fruit by itself if I have a goal of weight loss? Anyone? Yes. What is it in fruit that spikes insulin, that spikes blood sugar and then insulin? Fruit sugar, fructose. Good. That's why we don't want to be juicing. When we puree fruit, it's like a sugar bomb. No, we want to eat it in its full form so that we get our body to work on it a little bit, which gives us less of a blood sugar elevation. There is an exception to that rule. You can have berries, apples, oranges, if what happens. And you can have it by itself if what happens, even in weight loss mode. Yes, thank you, Joni. What a great mentor. If you're having a low blood sugar episode and you know you're having a low blood sugar episode, one way to get your blood sugars back up and get normalized is to have Advocare Rehydrate or to have a handful of berries, an apple, an orange. Those fruits won't hurt your weight loss results if you must have them by themselves in the weight loss mode. Marjorie, so if I eat an apple, what do I pair it with? This is situational. Situational. So what is your goal, Marjorie? We must first know that. Is it weight loss or maintenance? Tanya, I see that, and I'm making a note. Look for it soon. Okay, everybody. Marjorie has a weight loss mode and she wants her apple. What can she pair it with? You can pair it with any 1 + 2 + 5. Everyone, give me 3 meal ideas for Marjorie that's 1 + 2 + 5. 3 meal ideas that fit on a portion plate where Marjorie can have an apple, and then I'll give some perfect pairings. So Joni says fish, squash, and as dessert, an apple. Could she do that at a restaurant? Not that that's out there that much, but could she do that at a restaurant? She couldn't do it at a restaurant because they cook with the wrong oil. But at home, if she's cooked with MCT oil or grilled, dry grilled it, she could have chicken breast, broccoli, and a serving of apple slices. Fish, squash, and apple slices for dessert. I look at fruit as a dessert. Eggs, spinach, and apple. Michelle, do you want to rephrase that one? You couldn't have eggs and apple, Marjorie. I bet Michelle knows. Sherry, chicken salad. If it's approved chicken salad recipe, yes, you could have apple with that, assuming you used chicken breast in your chicken salad, egg whites, and no yolks. We need to unpack this. I see there's some confusion. Right, Michelle, egg whites. Can I have the yolk of an egg with an apple at any time if I'm in a weight loss mode? No. Reason being that apple will elevate blood sugar slightly. We'll get a dose of insulin, and that's a fat storage hormone, and a yolk is fatty. Only egg whites. Marjorie, they've given you some great ideas. Egg whites, bell peppers, apple. Egg white omelet with peppers, spinach, and an apple. Chicken breast, green beans, and an apple. Turkey sandwich with approved category 2 bread. With an apple, yes. Salad with lean meat and an apple cut up on it. Good one, Tanya. Marjorie, did that give you some ideas? Now, what Marjorie asked me for was a pairing. Everybody write this down. Do not put it in the silver group in the written language. The video's in there. Here's how you pair other items with an apple. Here's how you pair other items with an apple. A perfect pairing would be, Marjorie, any category 1 prepared correctly with an apple is a perfect pairing. That doesn't go for all fruit. Some are too high glycemic. Also, perfect pairing for an apple would be an apple with fat-free cheese. That would be an approved snack. If y'all like that, write that down. Fat-free Lifetime cheese, a couple of ounces of that with an apple would be a perfect pairing snack. Also, any category 7 that you eat by itself with an apple as dessert, if you will, would work. Did anybody learn anything new there? Or did y'all already know all that about the perfect pairings? That goes for apples, oranges, grapefruit, and berries. We actually need to put all those in the perfect pairing library. I keep forgetting to do it. I have too many tasks. I think we covered that. I'm codependent too. A lot of my happiness comes from making other people happy. I'm certain y'all know that by now. I'm working on it. I'm working on not caring whether y'all happy. I'm joking. Okay. Bananas. Question about bananas. How do I have a banana? Okay. Which is higher on the glycemic index? Thank you, Joni. That would be a huge help to come up with actual specific ideas for them there. Which is higher on the glycemic index, therefore slows weight loss, an apple or a banana? A banana. Here's you a snack idea with a banana. This is a perfect pairing snack idea. Is everybody ready? I love bananas too. I've been holding out on y'all. I do this all the time. Perfect pairing. What a perfect pairing means is it's not a right combination, but if I control the ingredients, knowing the nutritional profile of each item, I can put together my own meal that controls insulin. So a perfect pairing snack idea that Travis uses all the time is 1 tablespoon of my favorite peanut butter, Nuts and More. 1 tablespoon of Nuts and More mashed up with a half a banana. How many of you did not know that? Y'all could help my codependence and let me know that I'm making y'all extremely happy in the lunch and learns. Y'all should see me pout when nobody loves on me. It's pitiful. Rebecca asked, does it have to be Nuts and More? It cannot be regular peanut butter. Does everybody know why it has to be specialty peanut butters that are high in protein? Because of the protein. I just gave that away. So if you don't like Nuts and More, write the following down. Better in peanut butter or Legendary brand peanut butter. Did you get that? Do you like either of those? Legendary can be found on Amazon. What would happen if y'all said this in the silver group, just so there's no hard feelings? Polly, I'm going to give you one with regular peanut butter. Yes, people would get confused and they wouldn't do it right. Okay. Polly doesn't like sweet peanut butter. So here is an option. Another perfect pairing using a banana. 1 category 2 tortilla that is 50 calories or less. Do y'all know what I'm talking about when I say 1 category 2 tortilla that's 50 calories or less? Awesome. 1 teaspoon with or without 1 teaspoon of natural peanut butter and a half a banana. Chris gives a good example. So I could have a Mission carb balance. Now they have some that's more than 50 calories. Watch, stay with me. If I have a full banana and I have 110 calorie approved tortilla, it's going to be too much load. I'm going to get too much insulin. If I use a category 2 tortilla that's 50 calories or less, it's going to have enough fiber and enough protein to slow down this blood sugar episode. Then I could have a half of a banana wrapped up in that tortilla with 1 teaspoon of peanut butter. That would be a meal episode. So for lunch, I could have that tortilla, a teaspoon of peanut butter, a half a banana, and go on about my business with that quick little meal episode. I could as well have that tortilla with a half a banana and some approved mayo. Would 35 calorie bread be okay? It would not. Now, I'm happy to look. I'm certain that there's one specific one out there that would work, but I'd need to see the nutritional profile. So far, the tortillas, because of how what they use to bind them together, they've all had more protein and fiber, and I need as much protein and fiber per calorie as I can get to make that perfect pairing work. Some people like banana and mayo. I don't, but I've given that one to people who do. Sherry Boyd, does that make sense that I would need to see the specific bread? My thoughts on Smucker's Organic Peanut Butter Creamy. I'd have to see the nutritional profile. Since I don't eat it, I don't have that memorized. But you could put it in a group and tag me, and I would look at it for you. Otherwise, I really don't have any thoughts. With sweet peanut butter, like nuts and more, we got to have more protein. Otherwise, it's usually just natural peanut butter and then paired right with the right items. When you say Smucker's, I'm thinking sugar. So I would need to see it. I could be wrong, but I need to see it. Okay, thank you. Now, someone might tell you no if they get to it before me, but I can look at the actual nutritional profile if I can see. I get tagged hundreds of times a day. So if I don't see it, just keep tagging until I see it. Anybody else? Anything else you're struggling with how to incorporate that you would really eat? Please don't throw things at me for the group's sake that you're not going to eat anyway. A lot of people ask me about stuff and I'll go, are you really going to eat that? And they're like, no, I just wanted to know. Please don't do old Travis that way. That happens to me all the time. I'm like, I bet they wouldn't even eat it. I said, would you really eat it? They go, no, I just wanted to see what you'd say. Anybody else? So Polly, did we sufficiently answer the grape question, the cottage cheese question? Did we thoroughly answer your banana question? Awesome. Okay. The other question was, what about category 1, hemp hearts and hemp flakes, with or without MCT? Chris is now asking, egg white omelet with hemp hearts and MCT is 1 + 2 + MCT. Let's clarify that. An egg white omelet, with or without category 2 vegetables, with hemp flakes is a 1 + 2 + MCT, not with hemp hearts. Now, let's go and look at our chart. So, excuse me. A category 1 plus hemp hearts plus hemp flakes plus MCT works. But I want to point something out. Even though this is in the red column, it's also in the yellow column. It's just listed different. Okay. So when I have egg whites, 1 plus hemp hearts, that's a 6. So what I'm trying to say here is 1 with hemp flakes is definitely red. 1 with hemp hearts is somewhere between a red and a yellow. Does that make sense? Because hemp hearts are a superfood. The way to look at that is hemp flakes, on a scale of 1 to 10, hemp flakes are a 10 on the weight loss meter and 8 on the wellness meter. Hemp hearts are a 10 on the wellness meter and more like an 8 on the weight loss meter. They're both great, but hemp flakes a little better for weight loss. Hemp hearts a little better for regularity and wellness. Does that make sense, everyone? I have a private question that I want to answer, and then I'll answer Tanya. What about banana with almond butter on a fiber wrap? A half a banana with 1 tablespoon, a half a banana with 1 teaspoon of almond butter on a fibrous wrap would work as a meal episode. I don't know if you're still here. I just seen that private question. Half a banana with a tablespoon of almond butter, a teaspoon of almond butter on a fiber wrap would work. Now, which do I prefer, hemp hearts or hemp flakes? It depends on my situation and my goals. If I'm not pooping, if I don't have daily poop power, hemp hearts. If I'm lacking energy, hemp hearts. If I want the weight loss effect, hemp flakes. So I'm going to call out some ideas and y'all tell me true or false. Are you ready? I'm going to call out some ideas using hemp hearts and hemp flakes and y'all tell me true or false. That's how we'll close out our lesson. Number 1, is it true or false? This is a fantastic blowtorch meal. Pan-seared tilapia with 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts. True or false? Very true. That is a plateau breaker. Grilled chicken breast with 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts is a terrific fat-burning meal. Very, very true. 2 cups of leafy greens, bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, with 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts is a great vegan meal and great for fat loss and regularity. Very, very true. A half of a baked potato with ghee butter, fat-free sour cream, salt and pepper, and a tablespoon of hemp hearts or hemp flakes is a fantastic meal episode. Very, very true. That is a fantastic, perfect pairing. Really. Half of a large potato with a teaspoon of ghee butter, fat-free sour cream, and a tablespoon of hemp hearts is an amazing, perfect pairing meal episode. Rebecca, they do. And Joni may, if I'm kind to her, and Kim, Joni might help me get that in the library. I'm scared of Kim Shibboleth. She does her job. She don't even let me in that library. So if Joni, who is her friend, can talk her into putting it in there with a great description, that's a great, perfect pairing. You can get there's already a place in the library with ones in there. I'm just not sure if I ever put that one in there. Thanks, Joni. Another one. 1 cup of K's natural cereal with approved milk and a tablespoon of very sweet hemp flakes is a great, perfect pairing. Very, very true. Yes, I will show you in the library. We never put perfect pairings in the silver group because you'll think we're contradicting ourselves, because our mentors will say, that's not right. I'm teaching you advanced situational nutrition. And then I'm going to explain something else before I let you go. Real quick. All right, I go to the library and I scroll down. Let's see, food library. Food library. I'm going down. Perfect pairings right here. I can't get it to load. Let me try a different browser. Okay, I can't get it. There it comes. Hold on. Sorry. Here it comes. Okay, so I went to perfect pairing, and as you can see, there's a lot in here already. These are perfect pairings. Everybody good with that? You see it, Jennifer? You're very welcome. It's a passion of mine to share if I can be of service. We're going to close with this. As we get into more and more advanced topics, they do not go. You have to remember what the fast track system's about. That's basically what we're doing in silver. Perfect pairings work. Why don't we talk more about this? Because it becomes more like personalized nutrition. Everybody's situation and goals are different. Do not go do the following. But I tell people, if I want to, I can take one Reese cup and pair enough turkey and broccoli with it that I can make it work. But the challenge is most people won't stop at a Reese's. When we combine enough protein and fiber per calorie with sugar and starch, we can be successful. So there's really nothing you can't have. It's just, my mission is not to be a one-on-one nutrition consultant. I want to minister weight loss and wellness to large groups of people. But in these classes, we can take many items that you can be responsible with and teach you how to pair other right items with it. And you got to keep in mind, the higher the calories go and the higher the carbs go, we need enough protein and fiber to neutralize that. And then once you get over 200 calories, you got to really shut it down. You've got to really start upping the protein and fiber ratio the higher the calories go. So I hope that makes sense. Any questions or comments? It's all about controlling insulin and ending your week in a calorie deficit. That's the only way to lose this weight. And there's some foods that we can figure out how to have, but we may not be able to stop with a half of one or one. So we have a system, and adherence to that system will pay great dividends. And you can always have stuff that we won't approve on what type of day? On a holiday. We work hard so we can play hard. Any parting questions? Are all hearts and minds clear? What we'll do in the next lesson to take a break from meal ideas, and then we'll get back to meal ideas. That's always going to be a great topic for our lunch and learns, is meal ideas as we have people come and go. But in our next lunch and learn, I owe Tanya a lesson on meal timing and intermittent fasting. So that's what we'll do in our next lunch and learn. Tanya, is there a video? The question from Tanya, is there a video on calorie count? We don't like to count calories, but let me tell you how you should address that. Tanya, do you mind being our example? What is your goal weight? This number will never lead you astray. What is your goal weight? Goal is 125. In weight loss mode, we want to multiply that times 8. So during the weight loss mode, you should keep your calories around 7,000 calories a week. Most people have 3 times that many or more. So until you reach your goal, 7,000 calories a week, no more than one holiday a week, you never miss a beat. Do you follow that line of thinking? Next, once you get to your goal, do you intend on exercising 5 or more days a week? Or are you afraid you'll be somewhat sedentary once you reach your goal? You intend on 5 or more exercise sessions a week? Then your goal for muscle building should be 1,500 calories a day. and you should stay at 10,500 calories a week. Does that make sense? Properly combined foods, no more than a couple of challah meals a week. That'll work. Promise you. As long as you stick to the main parts of the Shibboleth shield one day at a time, it's either perfect or a holiday, and you keep your calories in that range, you'll do great. What I try to do when I'm trying to get fit, I try to eliminate holidays, and I'll have 3 challah meals per week, not holidays. Any other parting comments? All right, y'all. I've enjoyed being with you at this Lunch and Learn. I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow at Lunch and Learn. Unless I have to do something different for class because I'm not caught up, I'll plan on going over meal timing and intermittent fasting times tomorrow at noon. I love y'all so much. God bless you. Please keep praying for Shibboleth. If you'd like to become a sponsor and are already a member, we don't want people sponsoring us that aren't members. This is a family, and we're all invested in trying to help people live more well lives. If you'd like to be a sponsor, please go to www.healthshibboleth.com, www.healthshibboleth.com. It helps me maintain my team. The less people that I can get to because I'm by myself and don't have great people like Joni, the harder it's going to be to do what God's called me to do. So www.healthshibboleth.com to sponsor our mission. It doesn't matter if it's $5 a month. It doesn't matter if it's $500. I know God will bless you, and I'll do my best to keep trying to serve you. So thank y'all so much for all you do. Don't discount your ability to help Shibboleth keep doing what we do. We love y'all so much. We'll see you at the next class tomorrow. We want just to announce the group last night in Fast Track. We all agreed that we needed a day off. They needed a day off. So our next Fast Track lesson and the Surrender Group accountability meeting will be tomorrow. We'll get back on track tomorrow. But tonight we have suspended the Fast Track so people can go to church. So I love y'all so much. God bless you. We'll see you next time.